Hi, thank you for joining me on May and More Talk Show today. My name is Madam Amor, aka Madam No Nonsense, aka Madam God, aka Madam For Real. Thank you for joining me on May and More Talk Show today. Our topic is... Hi everyone, my name is Madam Amor, aka Madam No Nonsense, aka Madam God, aka Madam For Real. Thank you for joining me on May and More Talk Show today. Please follow us on Instagram, it's May and More Talk Show. Follow us on Facebook, it's May and More Talk Show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button to get every new videos that we put out there. Today, I have a very special guest, two special guests with me. Number one is Judy Kanja, and number two is Danny. Thank you, ladies, for joining me on May and More Talk Show today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having it.
Thank you. Yeah. Today, we'll be talking about it's a very sensitive issues, and most married couples have got problems with these issues. Number one problem that they say is number one problem, I don't see it as number one problem. I see it as one of the problems though. But number one problem they say is a woman earning more than a husband in a marriage or in a relationship. How does a man feel when the wife earns more than he does? What are the implications? Does it have anything to do with the fact that the man says, oh, I don't do this because you earn more than me, or, you know, so we're going to talk about that today. So I'll start with Judy Kanja. Number one, is it anything wrong for a woman to earn more than her husband?
Definitely not. There's nothing wrong with a woman earning more than the husband, obviously. I think it's a good thing that even that one would be in a union with someone who accepts someone who's, well, the woman is earning a bit more than the husband.
Okay, I'll come with you, Danny. What do you think about a woman earning more than a husband?
There's nothing wrong with it. I agree. I feel there's no issue with it. I think that in a relationship, you both have to support to live the lifestyle that you want. If one earns more or less, it shouldn't matter as long as you meet the lifestyle that you want to obtain.
Judy, what are women expectations in the marriage when they earn more than their husband? What are their expectations in a marriage?
I will say again, it depends from person to person, because normally the roles of the woman in culture has always been the women stay back at home, they look after the children, and that way they earn less money and something like that. So I think if the woman is on this role where she's having to work more and where she's having to, and she gets more money than the man. I mean, the man should traditionally, in traditional roles, and this is from an African point of perspective, the man should help out at home, because it can't be that, say, if you're putting in more hours and that is why you're getting more money, and the man is just at home and wait for you, come home at 9 or come home at 6 or come home at 7, and they've not done any chores or anything. You get what I mean?
Danny, what do you think about that?
I agree in a sense, like, for me, we both work, we both take care of the house and the children. It is mutual, even from the Australian perspective, like from my culture perspective. If the woman is not working, it's her job to look after the house. If the man comes home, he's not expected to then hang out the washing. If I've been at home all day, it's expected that I would do that. So if I was working and earning more, not even earning more, but if I was working more, which entails bringing home more, then I would expect that the significant other would be putting in the same amount of care that you would into the relationship if he was in the role reversal. Definitely. Yeah, sure. Definitely.
So I'll ask you, Danny, why do women, because I understand some women lose interest in their marriages, especially when they become when they begin to earn more than their husband, and when they begin to see themselves like the breadwinner of the family,
Yeah.
why do they lose interest in the marriage? What's the main issues?
I think, for me personally, if I was to look at it, if they were earning more, which means they're spending more time out of home to earn the more. Maybe they've got a good job, paying job, and they're not working more, but even still, they're with high professionals then. They would have a certain expectation of life quality, but if the man is feeling less dominant in that and not being the breadwinner, as you say, maybe he feels less important to the woman's goals and careers, and then emotionally that would affect their relationship and they'd grow distant, I would assume.
Okay. Judy, let me ask you this. Is it true that some men feels like a loser when their wife earn more than them? And is it true that it makes some men very angry?
I have seen situations where if the lady or the woman is earning more money, men become inferior and they try to assert their, not power, but they're just trying to assert their authority or try to look more important or one of those things. And it really affects men. But again, I would say that for most men and the way we have been cultured, men have been cultured or we have known it to be that men are providers. That's the role of a man. And if he feels that he is not doing or fulfilling the role of a man, then he gets some sort of inferiority complex from that.
That's why he gets very agitated and
yeah, you might find
gets
that
very
yeah.
angry on. Now, there's something here. The expert says that women earning more than men increases the risk of divorce in marriages.
I would say that there has to be some truth to it. Obviously, they've done some statistical figures or whatever. But I would say it wouldn't be for the fact that she earns more. It would be more to do with the implications of that. So there's other factors that would accumulate from that. So if there's no communication, if she uses it against her partner as an inferior way of belittling him, or if he comes in and he's not dressed and there's somebody from the higher end of her job or whatever, and he's portrayed as lesser, then maybe you'll start seeing your weaknesses in your marriage if you're not on the same open level respectfully. I would say it's to do more with respect than just the figure of money.
What do you think, Judy, about,
I think sometimes it's not even the fact that, like she said, the money is not the issue, but the way someone perceives situations, I am in a situation where, I practically earn very little compared to what my partner earns, And sometimes if he says something and I'll get so mad and I'll think it's because he has more money.
as a woman,
you
feel that
yeah,
way.
I
So
will
you can
get
compare
mad
to a
because
man.
I will think it's because, oh my God, is it because he's making this money, all this money that maybe he's made that decision or something like that. And I would assume it would also happen to a man. The man may also think, are these decisions being made because I'm not making as much money as the other person is making?
We're talking about women earning more than men in the marriages. Expert says that it increases the divorce. Some people don't know how to manage it. When a woman earns more than her husband, she sees herself automatically to be a boss. But from my own point of view, I just feel like it depends on the person and the character of the person. Because I don't think money should be one major issues to cause divorce or something in marriage. Why are you laughing? Do you want to talk about that?
I'm laughing because it shouldn't, but unfortunately it is one of the things that you find that people do fight about. In fact, I don't know whether it's true, but someone told me that that's one of the biggest cause of divorce in Australia.
Yeah.
Money issues, finance issues.
Yeah, well, I would ask this, okay? You know, there's this thing, especially in this part of the world, where we have joint account, where whatever the woman earns goes into the account, or whatever the man earns goes into the account. I want to know. I will ask you, Danny. Is it because of transparency, or the both parties want to know what the money is going? What do you think about that? I'm coming to you, Judy. Don't worry.
Okay. Yes and no. I don't have a joint bank account.
Okay.
I've been in a de facto relationship 10 years and never once had a joint bank account.
Okay.
Some people go into marriages signing up a joint bank account as soon as they get together, and that they have one account for them of their spending, one account for his spending, one account as joint for house living, and then a savings account that they both put into. So it really depends on the dynamic of the relationship, I think. But it's also to do, money controls the world. So if I was a woman who's not working and I had children, or I wanted to leave, but the man earns all the money, he has all the control of the money, pays everything, how I'll leave, where I'll go, what I'll do. Money does have a control factor. So if the woman is earning more and the man's in that situation, if he feels trapped, like women do, then maybe it really does make a difference.
So the way a man feels trapped because he's not earning, is that the same way a woman feels trapped because her husband is earning, and probably her husband is controlling the money?
Definitely.
Or wanting to know what you do with it. Because we have a situation whereby a man will go like, okay, you just spent $500. What for? Yeah. Is that because he earns that money, you didn't earn it? Is that the reason why?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, Judy, I want you to talk to me a little bit about the fact that knowing a woman earn more than a man, okay, is it possible for a woman wanting to know what the man does with the money? Do women do the same thing? Is that one of the reasons why the men feel very depressed and frustrated and, you know?
I think it all depends on the foundation with which people do start off their relationship. I think it gets harder when people meet when they are older, and from what I've seen, especially here, people meet when they're young. They do everything together. You know, they grow together. Yeah. But when you meet a person, when you're mature, you've had your own money, and the other person has earned their own money, they have ideas on how to spend their money, and the other person has ideas on how to spend their money. Then that is where the conflict comes in. And you'd understand someone if, say, I am doing the load of being at home, for example, or I'm not earning as much money, but we are in this relationship together. And then there's this person, we have goals of going together on as a relationship, but someone else is making decisions that are contrary to what you might think are your end goals in the relationship. Obviously, there's going to be conflict.
Okay, so we're talking about the fact that, so you not agree, you said there's nothing wrong if a woman earns more than a man in a relationship.
There isn't, if there's
an understanding
between the couple.
two of them.
Otherwise, it'll always be an issue.
Because
it doesn't matter if it's the man or the female. If there's not the respect of the control of the money in the relationship, or the aspects of how they want to control the money in the relationship, there'll always be problems.
One thing that really baffles me about money in relationship or money in marriage is, I cannot ask myself that, how do you feel as a human being? Always wanting, you need to have to account for what you spend all the time to a partner or a husband. Is there a time that your husband can say, okay, she spent $1,000, I don't care, I'm not asking? Is there anything wrong with that? Do we need to be accountable all the time?
You should be accountable, I think, when it comes to money. There's people with gambling issues, there's people with shopping addictions, there's people with social addictions like alcohol and cigarettes. And so I think you do have to be accountable for money in a relationship. The world doesn't work without money, so you do have to have money allocated in a relationship to have a lifestyle. So it's irrelevant of who earns, you do have to have an understanding of that. But if, say my partner comes home, he sees 3 boxes a week delivered, he won't say what did you spend or how much you spend, but what's this box for again? What's this one for now? I'm like, Christmas. He goes, and shakes his head. So there will always be that discussion, or we're going to send more money to Africa, or we're going to send more money here, or someone else needs this, or my friend needs to take his wife to court.
Judy, I'm suspecting you. You're laughing too much. I'm talking to you, isn't it? I'm talking to Judy.
It does have to be mutual respectful if you don't want your relationship to fail because of money. It does have to be open, I think.
Well, like I said, I don't see anything wrong. That's my opinion. If a woman earns more than a man, and then like Danny said, you need to have respect for each other. You need to be open with each other, and I always say something, despite the fact that people see it in the other way. I say to myself that if I have all those things already that is mine, and I get involved with somebody, and I love this person, and we start a life, I wouldn't say he didn't buy me this, he didn't buy me that. As long as we decide to start courting, we decide to start a life together, whatever I own is his. Whatever he owns is mine. That's how I look at it, because I look at everything to be material stuff. At the end of the day, what matters in the whole thing in marriage is what that special thing you both share with each other, which is that love, respect, faithfulness, and all those stuff that counts. So money, yes, has a lot of role to play. That's because I think most people of these days are so used to the fact that we want to get this, we want to get that for ourselves, and all that. So, and we always believe that money is more of security in our lives as well. So, yeah. So, my viewers, Danny said there's nothing wrong if a woman earns more than a man. The most important thing is if you respect your partner, and that's it. And Judy also agrees that there's nothing wrong. So please, if you are earning more than your husband, please have respect. And to those of you, also to those of the men who get agitated or get angry and just get furious because of their situation, the fact that your wife is earning more than you doesn't mean she doesn't love you, or doesn't mean she's belittling you or anything like that. So thank you, ladies, for coming to May and More Talk Show today. I'm so happy to have the both of you here. And thank you, viewers, for joining me once more on May and More Talk Show. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on our social media. It's May and More Talk Show on Facebook, May and More Talk Show on Instagram. Thank you, ladies, once more.
Thank you.
And I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.